up in all these lights and cameras.
Even some of the greatest acts can have a disappointing release.
Somebody's missing a friend.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 bad albums by good bands.
I'm just so depressed, I just can't seem to get out this slump.
We should qualify this list by saying we don't necessarily think these albums are bad.
Yes, indeedy. Lyrical graffiti. And this one's a burner, baby.
However, they have either been panned by fans or critics, or are just not up to snuff considering the other material by these well-respected acts. Number 10. Make Believe, Weezer. Sometimes all an album needs is a hit single to become successful. That's all Make Believe needed. Weezer's fifth studio album, Make Believe, gained traction thanks to the album's successful first single, Beverly Hills, which received constant airplay and eventually led to a Grammy nomination. However, despite that success, Make Believe was not received well by fans or critics, as many disliked the new, more mainstream sound.
Satisfy all the needs she has, and so she starts to wonder. Can you blame her? Singing no.
But unlike many other entries on this list, that didn't seem to hinder sales.
How did things get so bad? Know how to pick on you.
Number 9. Songs of Innocence, U2.
I woke up at the moment when the miracle occurred.
This album came after a dormant period of 5 years, during which U2 released no new material. Since that was the band's longest ever gap between albums, they decided to do something to compete with more contemporary acts.
Every breaking wave on the shore tells the next one there'll be one more.
The album surprised iTunes users by mysteriously appearing in the music libraries of over 500 million customers via Apple's iCloud feature.
Music so I can exaggerate my pain.
Songs of Innocence became one of U2's worst-selling albums, proving that no matter how much hype you have behind your band, people recognize a bad album. Number 8. Relapse, Eminem.
Guess I must have just blacked out again, not again.
The life of a rapper is hard.
Put my key in the door, body's laying all over the floor.
Relapse, the result of a 4-year hiatus during which Eminem suffered from writer's block and an addiction to sleeping medication, was released as the rapper's 6th album.
Crack a bottle, let your body waddle. Don't act like a snobby model, you just hit the lotto. Bitches hopping in my Tahoe. Got one riding shotgun.
The record confronts many controversial topics like drug rehab, relapse, and the return of Slim Shady. Critics were mixed on the album, calling it lacking and repetitive.
Jessica Alba, put her breasts on my mouth, bro. Wowzers, I just made a mess of my trousers. And they wonder why I keep dressing like Elvis. Lord help us, he's back in his pink out shirt.
Unlike other entries on this list, fans actually loved Relapse, and 5 million copies were sold worldwide.
But I know one fact, I'll be one tough act to follow. One tough act to follow. I'll be one tough act to follow.
Number 7. Dr. Dre Presents The Aftermath, Dr. Dre.
Your mother on the planet Earth talk that hardwood, 'cause that's all they worth. I've been there.
The only compilation album on our list, Dr. Dre Presents The Aftermath, was Dre's 4th attempt at a compilation album. Once deciding to leave his success behind with Death Row Records, Dre created a record label of his own, Aftermath Entertainment, through which he released this anthology.
To support you, keep it true, cause most brothers erase those to suffer the pesos. My woman's independent, making dough by the caseloads. I'ma keep building.
Despite the change, fans did not take kindly to the album, only giving praise to the individual singles.
West Coast.
Critics didn't approve of the album either, as the Aftermath received mixed to poor reviews.
That's how it is and that's how I want it. This is my world and I'm shitting on it, shitting on it, shitting on it, shitting on it, shitting on it.
My life will never be the same.
Number 6. Invincible, Michael Jackson.
The way I walk, the way I talk, I cannot explain.
Even legends sometimes have slightly unsuccessful albums. Invincible was Michael Jackson's final album while he was alive, and his first filled with entirely new material since 1991. That's a long period for fans to wait for new tracks from the King of Pop. Was it worth it?
You can change the world. I can't do it by myself.
Well, Invisible was commercially successful as the singles charted on Billboard. However, critics were mixed on the album as they didn't think it tackled its ideas of love and media/social criticism successfully.
But I am speechless, speechless. That's how you make me feel.
Number 5. Dirty Work, The Rolling Stones. Dirty Work, the Rolling Stones' 20th album released in the United States, was the beginning of a decline for the Stones. The relationship between frontman Mick Jagger and guitarist Keith Richards deteriorated during production of the album, causing rifts among all members of the band. Upon the record's release, the fans enjoyed the new material, which helped Dirty Work go platinum in the United States. Critics, on the other hand, did not enjoy it, with many complaining that the album didn't stand up to the Stones' previous releases.
Shorty, what up? Come on.
Number 4. Nostradamus, Nas.
Just to back it up, you can hold my eyes. Now let's say you owe me something.
Yeah, owe me back like you owe your tax.
The follow-up release to Nas's previous album, I Am, Nostradamus, is made up of leftover tracks from that record's recordings. However, it does include some new material, as Nas recorded additional tracks after some of the original tunes were leaked onto the internet. Nostradamus is generally considered by fans and critics alike to be Nas's least successful effort across his discography.
Some of us have demons, temptation. Now this is your mom, your good luck charm, pushing you to do no wrong.
But this didn't hamper the commercial success of the album, as it spawned 2 charting singles and was eventually certified platinum.
With all in one man, only the mind's eye can understand that I'm
They call me a bummer and a gin-sot too, but what cares I for praise?
Number 3. Self-Portrait, Bob Dylan.
Alberta, let your hair hang low. Alberta, let your hair hang low.
Sometimes artists get tired of the constant praise and just want to have some fun. Self-Portrait, Bob Dylan's 10th studio album, is a collection of pop, folk, and country hits covered by, you guessed it, Bob Dylan.
Blue moon, you knew just what I was
there for.
Though it was considered a joke album by some, many fans and critics didn't get the joke and bashed it completely.
When the Eskimo gets here, I don't know, jump the door. Oh, come on.
Both diehards and professionals gave Self-Portrait extremely poor reviews, stating that the record was way below the standards of Dylan's work in the 1960s. Just get off his back, why don't you?
La 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 la.
I am a chorus.
Number 2, Lulu, Metallica and Lou Reed.
Magnets set before me.
Metallica fans didn't think Metallica could release another bomb like Saint Anger.
On my neck.
You flush it out, you flush it out.
But then came Lulu.
I attract you and repel you. A science of the heart and blood in me.
Lulu, the collaborative album between Metallica and Lou Reed, is a spoken word album based upon plays by Frank Wedekind, where Reed reads the lyrics over backing instrumentals by Metallica.
Doubting every meaning you've amassed like a fortune.
Despite being unique conceptually, Lulu was not received well by critics and it was panned across the board.
For worship of someone who actively despises you.
Fan reception was even worse, as they felt betrayed and some even sent death threats to Reed. Harsh.
I am the table. I am.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Touch me and touch me. I enjoy the way you rock me. Oh, baby, oh.
You're dragging on, your heart's been broken. 'Cause we all go down in history.
Number 1, Chinese Democracy, Guns N' Roses. After 10 years, some bands should not release new material. Chinese Democracy, the 6th album from American hard rock band Guns N' Roses, was an attempt to climb back into the spotlight after 15 years without new material. The album was actually a moderate success with critics and was eventually certified platinum. But fans were appalled.
It don't really matter. How you should find it for yourself.
While the record's initial release was mired by unimpressive sales and littered with controversy, this did not prevent Chinese Democracy from performing well worldwide later on. Go figure. Do you agree with our list? What's your choice for worst album by best band? For more non-disappointing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.